Hey guys, it's Viltrox Ambassador Eli Infante, and in today's video, I'm gonna use the 35mm EVO lens and the 55mm EVO, and I'm gonna do this photo shoot in this hot Texas sun. As you can already tell, I'm already sweaty. This is the end of the shoot, so I toughed it out for you guys. And in this video, I'm gonna be comparing these two different lenses and giving you my tips and tricks on how I do my portraits on location. And wait until the end, because I'm gonna tell you which lens I thought did better at this specific location. All right guys, I'm gonna start off with the Viltrox 55, the EVO version. The spot that I see right here, it's absolutely gorgeous. We got the cool little pathway, and then hopefully the sun pops out. I'm waiting for that sun because I know already we're gonna get all of the beautiful greens, and it is popping out already. We're gonna get all the beautiful greens. And then Nayeli, she has the awesome outfit over there. It's gonna blend really well over there. So, ooh, the sun came out, let's rock and roll. I'm gonna pick up my light and let's go ahead and head on down there. Let's get you right in between here. That way we can maybe have like something you can interact with. You don't have to interact with it the whole time, but you can also pose here, and then maybe we'll get some with some of the items there with the plant. One of the reasons why I love photographing, it's not the middle of the day right now, it's like 3 o'clock here in Texas, but the sun is up really high and it really adds a lot of beautiful glow to the scene. Sometimes when you shoot during golden hour, when the sun's coming down, the background tends to turn into silhouette. So here we're just gonna get beautiful, vivid colors, which I'm a big fan of. I'm telling you guys, the greens that we're getting now, the sun's not fully completely out just yet. The sky's about to leave, but you're gonna notice if we get the Autofocus, if you get the background there, you're gonna see how the greens are gonna start popping. And let's continue shooting here. The greens are gonna start popping even more, and it's just gonna add even more glow to the photo. Oh yeah, that's the Eli Infante style right there. What I love about this specific lens is that you can do a full body in a 3/4 shot relatively quick. I could take a step forward, take a step back. And then the EVO series, it's perfect because it's like the perfect blend. It's right in between the Air series and the Pro series. So you're still getting that lightweight compact feature, but then you're getting the 1.8, and then you get a little custom button there. So it's really, really cool. So I'm gonna go for a full body shot now. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. So I'm about to switch to the 35. The question you might get is, what is the size difference? They're basically identical. I'll put the weight on there, but my favorite feature about these is that they're so freaking lightweight. When I've been traveling, I've been going to Vegas for NAB, Shutterfest, in St. Louis. I love these small lenses because they're lightweight, compact, and it's freaking awesome. Now I'm gonna switch to the 35mm. Obviously, we're gonna see more scenery. In a location like this is gonna be beautiful. We're gonna get to see more of the greens and so forth. So I'm gonna start off with a full body shot and then make my way in for a 3/4 shot. Oh, that's cool. It has like a little, your outfit has a little prop that you can kind of use there, Nayeli. That's cool. I didn't even realize that. Now that I'm going for the 3/4 shot, I'm trying to stay at like at eye level. If I shoot too low, I'm gonna be looking up, you know, the face, and it's not gonna be the most flattering, at least not for this. So I'm gonna stay at around 3/4 and eye level. And then Nayeli, let's turn to the side. Since we've done straight on, let's turn to the side. And that's one tip I can give you. A lot of times we do shoulder straight the whole time. You know, simple, just turn the body every like 30 degrees here, 30 degrees. So now it's straight, 30 degrees, and then to the side, right? So that looks great right there. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're on to the next spot. If you're confused, or maybe you're just not sure what to do next, my usually go-to is find something where the subject can interact with. So here we can use this as a leading line. We have this really cool spot, beautiful texture, and the same thing, we still have the beautiful greens in the background. I'm gonna start off with the 55mm, and then we'll switch to the 35. So I'm gonna go ahead and move my lighting in place. All right, so I'm gonna shoot from this angle here. That way we get the line kind of leading in here. And we'll maybe work with our composition and see if maybe there's a different angle, but the lighting here is gorgeous. We're still getting the sun blocked off by the clouds, but the lighting is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm purposely doing a full body shot on this one. I feel like, because the scene looks really beautiful with the tree, I definitely want to include a full body. I might go in for a 3/4 shot, but this is what I'm really digging. So what I'm doing is that I'm shooting from a higher angle, going up and then coming down. So that way I get the browns from the dirt, the browns from the tree, and all of the color scheme works out really well. And then just straighten up your back, that's it right there. That's beautiful. And we're getting the little hair flow. That is stunning. Looking at me, that's it. Oh my gosh. I thought I was gonna like the full body better, but I think I like this one. And then the trees in the background, what we're getting, man, we're getting a lot of little combos here. We're getting a lot of little combos here. I almost tripped. That's why I had to say that again. We got a little curve from the trees back there. So it's kind of creating this nice, beautiful frame. So I'm gonna come back again and I'm gonna sandwich her in between those trees so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Boom. All right, now I've switched to the 35. Obviously, we're gonna see more of the scene here. I've been shooting all these portraits with my 35 and 55 at 1.8 so far. So I'm gonna stick to that recipe. I love that little background separation that we get when I do that. And so I feel like this location is gonna look beautiful with this lens because it's just gonna show way more of the scene. What if we do it with the hand down and then the other hand's holding like the little dress string kind of out or something like that? That's it. See what that looks like. Whenever I use the 35, I try my best to kind of have the subject centered just because you have to be careful with that distortion. You get a little bit close, it tends to kind of distort the body sometimes, so you kind of have to just be careful. That's one of the advantages of the 55. The focal lengths are both very similar, right? It's only a 20mm difference, but this one you just have to be a little bit more aware with your angles. You're so awesome. Did your mom ever tell you that? Like, Nayeli, you're freaking awesome? Like, why is your mom? I hope she tells you that. We're on the next spot, guys. What I'm seeing here, this is what I love about this spot, is that we get all this beautiful tall grass. We haven't really got anything yet with like something in the foreground. So that's what we're gonna get here. We're gonna get the beautiful grass. We also have an area here where maybe Nayeli can interact with. And then once again, we have beautiful depth, right? So we have plants in the background. All of that will turn into beautiful bokeh here at the 1.8. Now, what I love about this EVO lens is like the price is absolutely insane. I wanna say it's like $350. I'll put the price up here because I can't remember on the top of my head, but $350 range for a 1.8 55mm. That's pretty damn good. And the focus is also awesome. I'm gonna do some focus tests in a little bit so you guys can see, so stay tuned. I'm gonna give you some focus tests in a little bit, but we're gonna get this shot first because it is steamy out here. So you guys can probably see I'm full of sweat already. Good, I'm gonna shoot a little bit lower so we can get the grass in the foreground. So I'm gonna give you guys two different looks here. So we're gonna go a little bit lower where we don't get to see the boots as much, so the grass is in the foreground. And then I am gonna shoot at a higher angle, coming up, going down. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys prefer. I like both of them. I think they both look great. I'm probably leaning towards the one at the lower angle, but you guys can let me know. The only problem with the lower angle is that we do lose the boots, right? We get to see them a little bit, but usually I try to highlight the subject's wardrobe, especially the boots, because the boots are, you know, it's a really cool part of the outfit, right? It's a part of the look, so. I love those, but now it's time to get something a little different. So let's get you kind of sandwiched in between there. That way your hands can kind of be interacting with it. Yeah, just right about there. That looks good. I have her interacting with the environment. I'm gonna go for a 3/4 shot. That way I can highlight the actual tree and the branches that she's touching here. That is perfect, perfect, perfect. Let me go around this way. Let's get a little bit of a higher angle. It's beautiful. And I just gotta be careful because I don't want some of the branches going into the face, right? I want them there, but I don't want it interrupting with the face. Now I'm with the 35. This is awesome with the full body here. This is really interesting. And as I'm shooting, I'm just taking a step closer each time just to get a little bit something different. I feel like the 35 for this works out really nicely because I can really get a lot closer and show the environment. Let's get one where your eyes are looking off this direction here. That's perfect. Eyes at me. Good. Anytime you're directing the subject on where to look, I like to use my hands. So you'll notice when I was telling Nayeli, look at me, I said, hey, just get your hands off to out this direction. One of the reasons why I do that is so that a lot of times we think the subject should always have to be looking into the camera. They don't. Sometimes they need a little bit of a break. Look away from the camera. It gives them a little bit of a breather. And then when you tell them to lock back in, the expression usually always just gives me, like, it always comes out really nice. So I like that technique. Look into the camera, take a little break, look away, and then come back to me. Let's see what the lower angle looks like here with the 35. Ooh, I like the low angle. I still get the boots. Maybe I was at the wrong angle with the 55, or I think it's because this is where the advantage of the 35, right? I see a little bit wider. Now I see more of the boots, whereas the 55mm, I didn't get to see that. So this is where one advantage of the 35. The difficult part is that the 35 and the 50 are both my favorite focal lengths. This one's a 55, I know, or the one that I was using earlier is a 55, but it's basically a 50, right? So it's gonna be hard to decide which photos I like best because it's my two favorite focal lengths. It's like, OMG. Nice, yep. We're on to the next spot. Now what I see here is we have this beautiful leading line with the bridge, but I wanna use Nayeli and have her sit here. I'm gonna shoot from like a higher angle, that way we get the water, we get the bridge. We do have the sun coming in front, lighting her up, but my hope is that this time we actually get the clouds to block some of the sun like we are right now, and then we just add the flash in to just add that beautiful quality of light that we want. So let's see what we can get here. Whenever we have wind, this is where it gets a little tricky. Sometimes the hair kind of gets in the face. It's one of those small details where you just slow down a little bit, clean up the face a little bit, and then go ahead and get the shot. So right now I'm doing the 3/4 shot, and this looks beautiful. One of the reasons why I had Nayeli here again, so I can get the reflections in the water, we get the bridge in the background, everything looks really nicely. And what's cool about the bridge is that it adds this beautiful depth, because as it kind of recedes, it starts to get blurred out. Okay, good. And then let's get that hand back again, right about there, yep. Perfect, yes. All right, perfect. So I've switched to the 35mm. We're still doing the same composition here. The sun is fully out right now, so we'll see if I can get this shot. It might not look the same lighting wise, but we'll see what we can get with the 35. So what I'm gonna do, because we are having the sun out, the sun's gonna be hitting her directly. There are no clouds that are gonna cover it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this composition with the 35. It's not gonna look the same. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you go to the middle, Nayeli. I'm gonna have you sit on the bridge. That way I get the sun behind you, okay? Right there, 1, 2, 3. That's it. 1, 2, 3. All right, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do the autofocus test. So what I'm gonna tell Nayeli, I'm gonna show you what I want Nayeli to do. So what Nayeli is gonna do, because it's easy to get focused, right, when the subject just sitting there, so I'm gonna have her do this. She's gonna go here, boom, boom, look at the hips, Nayeli, and then boom, and you're gonna spin, shoom, hair kind of thing, and then pop the hips out, boom, boom, look into the camera, then look away, you're gonna look back at me, boom, 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 playful, boom. Maybe we could do the autofocus test with me, I don't know. And now it comes down to the difficult decision, the 35 versus the 55 at this location that I shot at. Now I loved both photos that I captured with these lenses, and I still find it crazy how affordable these are. And these are classic focal lengths, right? You can't go wrong with either of these focal lengths. Now the 35, I absolutely loved it at this location. Obviously you get more of the environment. I thought the photos came out great. And then the 55, you know, it's that beautiful kind of like, it's natural to what the eye sees. And so naturally I fall in love with the 50mm focal length. But at the end of the day, the lens that I thought did better and the photos that I typically liked better at this spot was the 55mm. Based on the photos that I captured, let me know in the comments what you think, but also let me know, like, if you had a choice between the 35 and the 55, which lens would you guys get? And thank you guys for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, I'm gonna leave you off with another video comparing two different lenses from Viltrox. Angel would say otherwise. We were there eating at, what was that place called? Siempre Natural. There was a guy that knew me and he was like, oh, Eli, he's so famous. Let me introduce you to my team. And Angel was there rolling his eyes. And I'm like, Angel, calmate.
Dang, what a hater.
I know, man. If you're watching this, Angel, you're a hater. You're a hater. He's not watching this, by the way, guys. He's not watching this.